hey subscribers and followers and people that are interested in my videos. So it's been requested for such a long time now. So many people have requested it. Basically, this is going to be another advice video. It's going to be centered around getting over an ex, getting over somebody, etc, etc. So I'm going to try my best to help out here. I'm going to do it without prompting, so it may not be like the best advice. But if you do want good advice for getting over somebody, check out like some of my previous answers and questions. I don't know if I've smiled at any that would be helpful or not, probably not. But yeah, I've answered quite a lot of getting over people questions on there. So I'll start off with just a few tips. So the first tip is, if you want to definitely get over someone and not like them ever again kind of thing, it's best not to contact them, because contacting them will obviously make those feelings come back, and like the more you talk to them, the more you'll fall for them again. And just contacting them is not a good idea. I mean, I know it's so hard, like I know, sorry to like relate this to myself, but I find it easier to do that. I didn't break up, like he broke up with me. My boyfriend, it's like couple of weeks now, and I wanted to contact him so bad. Like I was saying, I really want to speak to him. That's all I wanted to do. And I mean, I did it eventually give in after a few days, but I don't know if it was the best thing, because he was being blunt with me anyway, and it made me feel worse. So he hasn't been contacting me much, so it's much harder. I don't know why, probably because of what's happened. Nothing specifically happened, it just wasn't working out. So yeah, that kind of annoys me in a relationship, when the other person decides to let it drift after that, and when they even ask to stay friends. But anyway, that's enough about me. So yeah, make sure that you don't have any contact with them. And I know it's hard to say, but try and sort of get rid of things that remind you of them. So if it's a song that you have on your phone that plays, I know I have so many, and I haven't deleted them, but I think I should. And delete them if they remind you of him or her. And I forgot that it could be a she as well. Yeah, and also, like, say if they gave you something, it might be worth keeping it, but sort of hiding it where you can't see it. So that makes sense. Yeah, so that's the first thing, like get rid of contact, whatever the circumstances really. If you want to get over someone, you need to get rid of that contact, I suppose. So, I mean, I guess that is kind of harsh, because you do want to speak to them, but if you know you're going to fall for them when you talk to them again, is that really worth it, if you know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know, I would say don't have contact, or have minimal contact. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's the best advice, but that's what everybody says, not to contact them. Another tip would be obviously the most obvious thing, which is seeing the people who love you unconditionally. So a lot of the times when people go out with somebody, as in in a relationship, they tend to forget about their friends and their family. They tend to spend more time with their boyfriends or girlfriends than their friends. I mean, that's not in all the cases, but in some situations. So obviously the best thing is to turn to friends and family when you've had a breakup. And those are sorts of people that will love you all the time. They won't leave you, well, obviously unless, blah blah blah, but still, you know what I mean. And they'll be the ones that will be able to get you through it. They'll be able to talk to you, they'll be able to take your mind off it. So like things like going out with friends, going shopping, cinema. If you're a boy, going out and doing guy things, having a lads' night out and stuff like that. Just those sorts of small things will be able to take your mind off the situation. Because when you're sort of like in love with somebody, or you're like constantly thinking about someone because you can't get over them, the best thing to do is to occupy your mind. Because there's no point sitting around at home all day where you're like, oh, James, Millie, Paul, why? There's no point doing that. There's no point being by yourself and letting that replay in your mind constantly, because you're not going to get over them if you keep thinking about them. So the best thing to do is to you know, be with people who make you forget that person. Another thing people tend to do is talk to other like guys or girls. I wouldn't recommend going straight into dating when you're getting over somebody, but I would recommend keeping your options open. You know, talking to new people, going out meeting new people, building up friendships basically. I personally wouldn't look for anything more than a friendship after you've just broken up with somebody, but you know it depends who you find. But definitely sort of, you know, build up these different friendships, have, you know, different options, and you may find that after talking to other females you'll begin to, or males, you'll begin to get over that person. Another thing, well, I mean, I know I always tend to say time's a healer, but it really is. Like, I suppose at the moment I'm talking about basic getting over, you know, situations. I'm not talking about big ones. So, for small ones like mine, I suppose the best way to deal with it is to have a few days where you sort of grieve, feel sorry for yourself, you know, do the things that make you feel good, and then after that pick yourself up and make sure that you're back on track. But obviously if it's an ongoing thing, I mean, I've had people say that, you know, I told them that time's a healer and they've said, well, it's been 5 months and I still feel as strong as I did before. Now when that happens, then it kind of makes me question whether something is actually there. Obviously sometimes it's not meant to be. Sometimes the person you love isn't the person that you're meant to be with, which is very hard to come to terms with, and I'm sure that you've learned that from Adele's songs. So yeah, it's a tricky one when that's the case, and if I'm honest with you, I don't know what the answer is, because all you can do is try to get back together with them, and if it doesn't work, then you need to move on. You definitely need to move on. You need to do all these things to occupy yourself, and you need to try and move on as much as you can, because there's no point in you feeling down and sort of knowing that you can't get back with them and not even trying to sort of, you know, help it, you know. So I don't know, I keep saying, you know, and it's so annoying. Also another thing is just realising that there are plenty of other people out there, and I know that's hard when you've just broken up with somebody, because you're like, you know, I just want to be with them, I don't care about anyone else. But you need to realise that this breakup is meaning that you can get out in the world, you can sort of explore new things, you can improve yourself, and, you know, just see this chance as a real opportunity to get out there and, you know, find where you're meant to end up. And always remember that everything happens for a reason. That's all I always remember when I'm, you know, in a situation that doesn't go my way. I think, you know what, this was meant to happen. For whatever reason, I will find out in the future that this was not meant to be. And just because it ended doesn't mean that you won't find someone that will be the person that you are destined to be with in the future. So, I mean, you're still young, you're always going to experience heartbreaks, but you've got to remember that there are plenty more fish in the sea. There are so many people out there, and this is just one person. You can't just let a breakup with one person ruin it, everything, you know, and just think that's it, you know, that's my life over sort of thing. But I know how hard it is. It took me a few days to get back to reality and think, you know what, I'm going to try and be positive. But always try and be positive, and always try and see the positive side of things, because in realization, you will find someone just as good, if not better, than this person. You may not see it now, but you will when you find somebody. And I think the best thing to do is write down all the faults of this person that broke up with you, and realise that it's their loss, not yours, and that you obviously deserve better because, you know, it didn't work out. And, like, you know, you're always going to get things that don't work out, relationships that end, you know, maybe you wanted to continue, but that's life. And I suppose you've just got to sort of think, well, I'm not going to let this stop me. I'm going to continue to be happy. I'm going to continue to succeed, and I'm going to make sure that I'm living my life alongside the pain, but carrying on and eventually getting through it, because you will eventually get over this person. It may take months, years, but you will eventually get over them. And a lot of relationships are quite easy to get over. Like, I have pretty much got over my relationship because it didn't really last very long. But I'm still sort of, you know, thinking what if, and wishing I was back with him, but then part of me is like, well, maybe maybe I don't want to, maybe it's best that I'm not with him. And I don't know, I mean, that's basically how I see it, that this breakup is making you one step closer to the perfect person and the relationship that you're supposed to be in, and I think that's the best way to look at it. So just remember that when one door closes, another one opens. I don't know if this has helped very much, but obviously there's not a lot I can fit into one video, even though it seems like there should be. But if you are interested in finding out more and more tips, post a comment below and I will try and sort of write some stuff out as well, because I can still think of some in my head, but I don't have much time considering this has gone on for 11 minutes. These always overrun. So yeah, I'm really sorry about that. And also, my computer's fixed and I've actually started editing a tutorial for my makeup. I'm not sure if I'm going to upload it yet, but that will mean that more videos will be on an amazing HD camera. And my computer's fixed, yay! So yeah, post more video ideas because I need plenty of ideas. There can never be too many ideas. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, bye! And make sure you leave a comment. Any comment at all, just leave it to make sure that I know you've watched this video. Oh, wait, and just before I go, also, this is a bonus thing that you can do. Post a video response of you speaking, how you found my channel, why you like my channel, a bit about yourself, just so I know who's watching my videos, and yeah, that's basically it. So yeah, it would be really good if you posted a video response, so I look forward to seeing who's watching my videos. Bye!